I've got one more question for you. Can you
Yes.
tell me a little bit more about your personal leadership journey?
Yeah, it's funny. I learned from a good friend of mine. I've taught leadership. I've been indoctrinated into leadership since I was 21 years old at Southwest Airlines, and learning everything that I could learn and everything I could soak up from some of the best. I had the chance to work with Herb Kelleher, who was one of the best leaders of all times, and primarily because he cared about the people that worked with him in ways that were unimaginable. But recently I worked with a gentleman who said something to me that made, he continued to tell me in any capacity that I was in, he would stop and say, lead. And I would kind of look at like, I might be talking about a situation with my son or my daughter. I might be talking about a situation with friends. And he just said, lead, be the leader and that doesn't mean take over. That doesn't mean tell somebody what to do, but we can in every interaction, hopefully, um, provide some leadership, some direction for someone who's hurting, who's struggling. And I believe that the people look for that. I do. I look for someone to help me through a situation. So in a situation where I can, just reminding myself, this is a time to lead. Leadership isn't, I think we sometimes think that leadership is, it is housed in organizations and nowhere else. And I don't think that. I think leadership is housed in our homes. I think it's housed in our minds, in our faith, in our friendships, in our family, and that we can be the best abundant leaders that we can. And the way that I choose to provide leadership is that glow or grow. How am I helping someone glow or grow? And that to me is what leadership is. So if I can do that, I want to keep it top of mind. And so many times we think, again, once I leave the office, the leadership goes away. I think that's the time to turn it on, because we practice it every day. The way that we communicate, the way we listen and are impassioned with our family members and our friends, that influences so much the way that we're able to take that back into our organizations. And then similarly, we do well in the organizations, and then we can take it back into our families, and it helps to create a better society as a whole, and help us hopefully get along a little better. We're in such a our society now is so polarized, and so where everybody's kind of looking for a reason to get mad at somebody else, and make them wrong. And I think if we do a little bit less of that and a little more lifting up, it's just a better place. We spend an average in our lifetime, if we work a full-time job for the duration of our life, 50 years, if we're given that much time, we spend about 100,000 hours at work. If I'm going to spend 100,000 hours doing something, I want it to matter. I want it to be enjoying and fulfilling and matter. So I want to make sure that I apply that in every aspect of the work that I do.